At the very end of it, it was almost about 5 in the morning. The Lord spoke to me, and in these visions, I was supposed to warn people, Ukraine and Russia, that especially Ukraine, that Russia was going to invade Ukraine. And at the end, the Lord spoke to me, and He said, "And what happened?" He would show me this vision, a vision. I would write it down, and I would think, "What does that mean?" And so, different things in the visions, I would ask the Lord, "Lord, what does that mean?" And He would just speak to my mind, and so I would write it down. It's like, "Lord, what does that mean?" And so He would speak to me. I'd write it down. And so, when I was praying about a vision, then another vision would appear, and this went on for hours. And I would ask these questions, and eventually I moved to a room I called the piano room because I had a piano in there. And so I was in the floor praying, and so everything concluded about 5 in the morning, and the Lord said, "Now I called you. I'm calling you to be a prophet." And I like the titles. I'm not interested in the titles, but He said, "I've called you to be a prophet to not just to Ukraine, but to many countries." He said, "I've told others to warn that Russia is going to invade Ukraine, and they have all refused."